Hey, your mic's muted.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Woo! My mic was muted, guys. I'm the only one who can't hear me. Yeah, I had muted the mic for the quick break, so I'm waiting on Randy. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Truly and sincerely, we're back now that my mic isn't muted. Thank you. Huge shout out to you guys who was that? I think somebody came. Timothy probably poked me and said, "Hey, your mic is muted." So thank you, Timothy, for letting me know that. Wouldn't want to be in the middle of gaming and have my mic muted. But looking at the bracket here, we've got Nothing Fancy did win their game, moved on to the finals, and they're gonna have some serious competition though when we get underway here. Samsung Cardboard did lose out. However, we'll be playing for that third place matchup. And we've got Samsung Black and the team Feederino, Pleaserinos, playing against each other in one last final semifinals game tonight. It is going to be a killer game. In the first game, Team Samsung Black dominated early game and led into a slow but successful mid-game and late game and finished it off and won it. Team Feederino Pleaserinos in the second game dominated hard, 9-1, ended up losing very roughly in the mid lane. A lot of mixed up team fights, a lot of the fights that they weren't really expecting, weren't really wanting, and ended up having a really rough mid game as Team Samsung Black kind of came back and were really pushing head to head. They were even for so much through that mid to late game, and at the 50-minute mark, Team Feederino Pleaserino got the wombo combo they wanted, got the team fight that they wanted, and pushed in for a finished game. And now, 1v1, we're headed into a final matchup, a final game, and my voice. I love it. I love it so much. So hopefully my voice tomorrow won't be as terrible for shoutcasting the finals because I'm going to do my best. So pentakill at 11 minutes. So Amy X Angel only wants to stay up till 10 minutes into the game. This better be a really packed 10-minute game, though. We'll see how well the teams are doing at the 10-minute mark. She's like, she's going to get to the 10-minute mark and be like, okay, we'll wait till the 15-minute mark. And at 15-minute mark, she'll be like, okay, we'll wait till the 20-minute mark. And the 20-minute mark, she'll be like, okay, 25-minute mark. We'll see. We'll see. However, thank you, Amy Angel, for sticking around with us for so long, and hanging out. Once again, blue team. Oh, do I have to switch it around? Zabumafu is on team. I want to learn casting and play. I gotta double check this. I gotta make sure that the team names are correct. I think I have to switch the team names around. So, 12-minute deal. Amy's like, no, stop it, stop it. Oh gosh, lagarinos, lag Doritos. All right, where are we looking for? So, Zabumafu is on Team 6. Team 6 is Samsung Black. So they switched on me. They did. So I got to switch these around here. Whoop, go all the way up. I got to take out the bracket overlay and put in here. Blue team is now Samsung Black. And for the other team, we've got Team Feederino Pleaserino playing in here. So cool. Heads for 12, tails for 10. I like it 12 to 15. It's like, oh, 12 to maybe 15. So heads twice, yes! Amy X Angel, stick it around for 15 minutes. 15 minutes it is. 15 minutes, you agreed. 10 minutes twice in a row. This coin wants you to stay up forever, Amy Angel. So Zabumafu grabbing up the Lucian for this bottom lane. Lucian, as you saw in the last game, was hugely effective. Massive late game damage, as well as incredible teamfight potential. On top of, just in general, did a fantastic job. The culling cleared waves, and it came back so quickly at the late game point that it was so useful in every single teamfight it was there. However, we've got Team Feederino Pleaserino picking up very similar champions that they did last time. They're grabbing a Mummy as well as the Leona. Chrono Frost grabbing up Leona. And Miyuki considering the Mummy. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Letting time tick down. And the Mummy is it is. Okay, so letting the timer decide for her. And that's what it's going to be. So face desk. Alright, so With those, we do have some interesting bans here. It's a lot of the similar bans we've had over and over again. LeBlanc banned out, but we now have an Orianna banned out. Orianna has almost 100% been picked or banned in all of the games tonight. So she will be banned out in this game, and she was very, very effective for Team Samsung Black. However, it did not lead them to a win with her, but it almost did. So, again, though, I say, Pantheon should be the most highly contested champion, as every game that Pantheon has played, his team has won. Every single team that Pantheon has played, his team has won. And now Team Samsung Black is looking at picking him up. And honest to goodness, his team fight potential and his ultimate is so useful in being able to reposition himself that I have to say that Pantheon can win the game easy. So, the coin doesn't have enough power against my dad. Throw it at him and watch his power. Respect the coin. This is the tournament of the coin. Joe Mama, 11.99, picking up a Morgana. Probably going to be trading it to Asherite as Asherite. Is playing most of these supports and will be trading for the ADC. They haven't decided what ADC they want, but they're going to have to pick one, and Purple Team's going to be able to counterpick it, or Team Please Feed is going to be able to counterpick because they are picking a jungle. Ash Thresher grabbing up a Vi for the jungle, who's been very effective in these last couple of games. In the games, especially with Nothing Fancy and Samsung Cardboard, did a fantastic job in the jungle, continuously moving around and continuously getting some good ganks. However, Team Feederino, Pleaserino, they had that Xerath pick last game, and he helped them a good bit, and technically led them to a victory. So they're going to be grabbing him again. Ash Thrasher was on the Pantheon, instead going to be picking up a Vi this time because Rage So Hard Die did grab that Pantheon, and we'll see if he can use it. He said something about considering a Lee Sin, but it may be a Pantheon instead. So switch to the coin with the stream and watch it with him. So I don't mind for mod. Well, you're gonna stick around for mod powers, so I can't have so many mods running around my channel. What? Asherite taking his time, trying to figure out what ADC. Ooh, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Lucian's ADC. Zabumafu already grabbed that Lucian ADC. So that's a Morgana mid lane. Joe Mama playing the mid lane Morgana against a Xerath as Asherite grabbing a Thresh, more than likely for the bottom lane. Randy 797, what jungle you gonna pick? Is gonna go for the Jarvan the 4th in the jungle. So J4 is excellent team fighting. His Cataclysm is nothing to bat an eye at. However, it can lead to death if the enemy team is there. So Team Feederino, Pleaserino finally picking the ADC and will be taking a Tristana against this Lucian. So we'll see which one's better. That Morgana in the mid lane, Zabumafu playing that. I cannot wait to see. So they abandoned Zabumafu's Orianna, and instead they're going to play a Morgana in the mid lane. Even my bro is telling me to sleep because my daddy's yelling at us. So I don't need mod. But Jake, if you make everyone mod, it's like nobody's mod, so everyone still has the same power. Ooh. I release you from the power of the coin. Enjoy your sleep. Goodbye, Amy X. Good to have you. Go and sleep. Don't get yelled at. Uh-oh, Jamama's saying that Lucian is best. We'll see how good it goes. We'll see how good it goes. You saw it game 1. We get to see it game 3. We've got that 3-minute timer now as everyone has locked in their champions. So we're going to go through on all of the champions and their players real fast. We've got Zabumafu playing that Morgana in the mid lane. Joe Mama, 11.99 with that Lucian once again in the bottom lane AD role. Rage So Hard D playing the Pantheon for the top lane. And Asherite, the Thresh in the bottom lane support, and Randy 797 for the jungle, Jarvan the 4th for Team Samsung Black. And then turn it over to Team Feederino, Pleaserino. We've got Miyuki once again in that mid lane Xerath. Chronofrost playing a new and very rarely seen Tristana as she wasn't banned out this game. is ADC in the bottom lane. Shades of Shadows, once again, that slippery name that is so hard to say. Amumu in the top lane. Once again, what an interesting pick. That's Mummy in the top lane. Ash Thrasher with the jungle Vi. And Darth Vin on the Leona support bottom lane. So much tank on Team Feederino. The Mummy, the Vi, the Leona. The nice thing that I like about Team Feederino is that they've got a Vi who does really good tank, but also does good damage. Vi hurts. Mummy hurts. They kind of are both these tanky, damage-dealing champions, but one's AP-based and one's AD-based. Honestly, I like Team Feederino's lineup a lot. However, Zabumafu on Morgana. I mean, Morgana herself is incredibly hard to kill. Incredibly hard to kill. So, we'll see. We'll honestly see. I think... Once again, Samsung Black has team fighting potential, and Purple Team, well, both of these teams have team fighting potential. They really don't have any kind of bursty, get in, grab a champion, grab a kill on the enemy team, get out champions. This game is going to be crazy. Straight up crazy across the board. We've got a whole minute remaining. I'm going to hand it to Samsung Black. I'm just going with my gut reaction on this one. I feel that Samsung Black's going to have a great lineup and a great game, but it literally could go either way. So, hashtag Samsung Black, but Samsung has a better team composition. They have a really good team fighting composition, but if Team Feederino Pleaserino gets the fight that they want, it's going to be what's going to be. You know, Team Feeder and Pleaserino should be able to win a team fight if they initiate in the right way. If Vi assault and battery right through to the Lucian, followed by Leona Solar Eclipse, it could be game over before they know it. So, what are you guys? There's 40 people watching the stream, and nobody has a prediction that they want to give. Nobody? Come on, guys. Hashtag which team you think we're going to win. Hashtag Team Feederino. There we go. Bizarre BLT throwing it out there saying, oh, I'll volunteer what I think. It's okay to predict wrong. I'm not doing... Usually when I do my shoutcasting, I do 10 push-ups per wrong stream, or per wrong prediction. But in this particular case, we're not going to do that. So blue team, Samsung Black. Red team, Feederino. Just got to... Team DSM, yes. Jomamo agreed with me. Heck yes. Heck yes. Purple team will win. It's always the purple team. Runeborn Zareth coming out here. Ernest Elf Tristana. Officer Vi. Wee Vi, as I call her. Ghost Bride Morgana. Hired Gun Lucien. A lot of lack of skins here from Pantheon. Thresh Jarvan the 4th. Pool Party Leon is always a good one to have. So, purple team's got the advantage in skins. They won the skin war with 4 skins. Mumu the only one who didn't have a skin. So, team no fancy thing. No thing fancy. Oh, team nothing fancy. There we go. What am I doing? Yeah, Birdman 593, he posted before, he played Amumu before in that top lane and did rather well, so permit Maxman 0322, there we go. Should be correct, hopefully. I want to see what this straw poll is. Oh, I gotta switch over. Samsung Black versus Feederino. Team Feed Pulls versus Samsung Black. And I want to go in here and say 1 win over to Samsung Black. So, or I guess that was to Team Feederino, Pleaserino, but evened it out. So, let's check this out here. Oh, that's, whoop, there we go. Ah, pass it. Who will win? Pick one. So I'm voting for Samsung Black. That's what I'm doing. So 3 for Feederino, Pleaserino, though, to turn it all around. That's awesome. Best of luck to you guys on that one. So, both of these teams playing it safe, starting us off here. I got to move everyone to the correct positions. We've got in the top lane, it's going to be the Mummy versus the Pantheon. In the jungle, we're going to have Vi versus Jarvan the 4th. In the mid lane, Morgana versus Xerath. Lucy and Tristana going head-to-head. And Thresh versus Leona. So, blue team may be looking for a early engage, early grabbing this red buff from red team. So, team Samsung Black really trying to start off with an advantage here. Lucian, the only one in that bottom lane, but playing it very defensively. Oh. There's no vision on blue team coming around here. The Mummy, they're going to try to jump in on him, but he's underneath the tower. Blue team like, we don't know what to do now. We know what to do now, so they're going to back off. So the fact that Mummy played at bronze and didn't go into that tri-bush meant the fact that he lived. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? So everyone's voting 1 to 2. That's cool. Not a valid option. Which team was team 1? SSB. So vote 1. So lined up once again, Thresh slowly making his way towards the bottom lane. So Lucian will have a little bit of XP advantage as he will be able to level up a little bit faster. However, Thresh will be further behind. Lucian certainly doesn't mind the farm though. 4 farm to 1 on this Tristana starting off. Not bad at all. Morgana 6 to Xerath's 2. Tristana finally picking up a second farm. So we'll see how it progresses. A Flay from Thresh pulling Leona in. Not going to do a whole lot. Looking for an opportunity to engage. Leona did put a ward down in that bush so they can see that Thresh when he goes to set up. So you have now cast your vote. Thank you. Thank you very much. So no one really losing too much health at the moment. Vi did grab her red buff now, so both the junglers do have their double buffs. Well, I guess Jarvan the 4th is starting his red buff as he kind of took a little bit of a slower route. Asherite not really having anyone to grab just yet. 3.9k gold between the two teams across the board. Nothing super special other than this Pantheon in the top lane. This Rage so hard is he started with that Crystalline Flask, so he's expecting to back a lot because he can continue to use those the flask when it goes back. It's kind of like that forever potion kind of a thing every time that he backs. So he's expecting to back a good bit, and we'll see how well that actually ends up lining up. Especially, oh, here comes Vi in that top lane. Double buff, going to jump onto Pantheon. He's running away now. One more hit from Vi. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. Is that first blood? They don't go underneath the tower. Oh, Vi takes a little bit of shot from that tower. One shot from the tower before backing off. So an unsuccessful gank from Vi in that top lane as Jarvan the 4th just continues to farm the jungle. He's now headed towards the river I can't even talk. River right by Baron. Just a little bit of laugh. That Earnest Elf Tristana skin is just absolutely adorable. There's just not much that I can say about that. So he put down a ward looking for an opportunity to jump onto Xerath. Didn't really find any, so he's going to have to back off from that one. Morgana just keeping the Xerath pushed up. 23 farm to 13. Doing really well so far. Rage so hardy backing off. Down to about half health here. The Mummy jumping in once again. Pantheon getting a nice stun. However, that crying is going to force Pantheon to flash back. So Pantheon does have a flash teleport, so he's got teleport and his ultimate when it comes up. He's going to be able to come back and forth. So that's the same results as the straw poll. 2 to Team Samsung Black and 3 votes to Team Feederino Pleaserino. So we'll see how these teams end up lining up completely. So I think we're losing a lot of viewers because it's getting so late. We are down up till almost 1 o'clock in the morning as we get into this final game and are moving in. And goodness gracious, we've been going quite a while. But we're going to hang in there for this last game and see which team goes into the finals, because this is the semifinals. Oh, that Thresh could be first blood. He's solo health first blood over to Tristana. And now Lucy's trying to back off, but he's exhausted. Could be a double kill. Chrono Frost has a lot of mana still left. In the mid lane, though, Zabumafu backing off, has very little health, flashes the wall, but Vi follows with a flash and helps out. Spell immunity, though, saves that Morgana for just a moment. Darthfin just on the side, flashes into EQ combo. The flash from Tristana as well. She wants it. Is that going to be enough? It And he takes it! Chrono Frost finishing off Jomana, grabs a late double kill in that bottom lane. However, somehow, unbelievably, Zabumafu lived in the mid lane and survived. So that's 2 kills over to red team. Team Feederino, Pleaserino, once again starting us off really, really strongly. So, hope this ends with the Worlds at 1. Hope this ends, and I think he's trying to say 30, so the Worlds would start at 1. Less than 30. We'll see. We'll see. These emotes, lol. Less than 30 OP. 14 gold back and forth for all the people on that bottom lane. Thresh starting us off nicely with that Relic Shield. Pantheon playing a little safe in that top lane. Is a little bit low on mana, however, still is sitting at full health. Muma doesn't care, though, coming in here so strong. Back and forth, these two both down to half health here. However, the nice block from the Pantheon, both under 300 health here. Pantheon wants to go in. He's going to get a nice stun onto the Mummy. Morgana throwing out a Q. He's going to flash to live. Burns the flash on Shades of Shadow. Morgana headed all the way up there just to help burn the flash on the Mummy and forcing him to back. However, I mean, that's still a nice thing. So the Mummy already backed and picked up that Glacial Shroud. So going to have a good bit of mana as well as armor, especially against a Pantheon, going to be doing well. However, is going to have to back off. So only action so far really in this bottom lane. Thresh throwing out a Death Sentence, not going to land, using that Dark Passage just to pick up some extra souls in that bottom lane. Jomama 1199 getting in there to get a little bit of harass onto Chrono Frost before she jumps off to the side. So Mummy did teleport back into that top lane. 26 farm to Pantheon's 31. Going to take a tower shot. Shades of Shadow continuing back off. Really didn't do anything. Like, had no money to really buy anything. So just teleported right back to lane. Evened up the farm, though, which is nice. However, Pantheon now has the opportunity to farm underneath the tower. Mummy's headed towards the mid lane, though. Where will he go from there? Thresh throwing out a Death Sentence, not going to land. That Tristana jump's just so powerful in being able to avoid all of the Death Sentence hooks. Leona really far up. Darthvin ready to engage on Asherai. Doing a nice job stunning. However, from the sidelines, Jarvan was there a moment ago. However, he's not going to hang out there any longer. Chrono Frost down to about half health here. Darthvin continue looking for awesome engages. Not going to find any just yet. In that mid lane, Zabumafu just dodging as much from Xerath as he can. A little bit slower on the Morgana instead of the Orianna. Did have his Orianna banned out, so double ward power. Double trigger ward power in that bottom lane. There they go. They see that Vi. Thresh headed up there to throw a Q. Not going to land, though. Just going to head back. They do have that pink ward, so Vi's going to want to clear that. Morgana with the Ethereal Chains. Will it be enough? A nice stun onto Miku. He's going to use the bear to try to survive. The Ignite is ticking away. Death Sentence nicely done onto Leona. She used the Solar Eclipse, but not too much advantage as they now push in underneath the tower. Red team's got a lot of damage, though. Lucian just dashing away from that one. In the mid lane, that Xerath is super low health, however, not going to be over just yet. Double ward power is the key. Thresh continuing to clear those wards nicely. Leona keeps trying to put them down, but that pink ward in there is just so problematic. Now J4 has the double buff, so he could gank in that bottom lane, especially when Leona's trying to clear this pink ward. She's headed up there. She should be able to get it. Yeah, she clears it. That Leona, especially with her Q ability, because it does hit those pink wards and does reset it nicely. Thresh without a Death Sentence is going to flay Chrono Frost right next to him. The Exhaust down as well. Pantheon ultimate coming in. Will it be enough? He's going to jump onto Darthvin. They're going to do a lot of damage. Jarvan the Fourth as well coming in here to help out. This four-man gank once again grabs her. Pantheon picking up that kill, but J4 did help out with the double buff. They could, it's going to be Pantheon teleporting towards the top lane. So it's not a four-man turned dragon. Instead, they decided to go back towards that top lane. So often we see in that top lane, so often in these games, we see a four-man gank in the bottom lane headed towards then dragon, but instead they just pick up one kill on the Leona. Tristana gets out fine, and now they make their way. Jomama playing with fate there. So the Xerath taking chunks of his health away in the mid lane. Miyuki Morgana doing nice damage with those Qs. However, he did pick up blue buff, so he's going to spam his abilities with no problem. We're definitely going to be looking for at least a kill on him to be able to pick up that blue buff herself. Vi coming towards the mid lane, though. She does. There's those pinks from blue team. I think Morgana wants to kind of bait Vi into fighting since Jarvan the Fourth is just around the corner. There's Vi hanging out. I don't think they saw her kind of head that direction with the blue ward there. However, didn't see her, just saw her hanging in that bush. 59 farm to 51, so Pantheon didn't lose out that much farm in that top lane, as well as has an extra kill on top of that, so doing well. Leona decides to engage on Thresh underneath the tower, knocking him down to about half health here as Tristana pokes the tower slowly but surely. However, Darthvin, the flash hook from Thresh, gets in there, slows Leona as well, so Lucian wants to grab the kill for kill, support for support, and now he's trying to get in, uses the heal to finish off, at least get some more damage onto the Tristana. Tristana has her flash available, but that is about it. Doesn't have her ult or anything, but now Vi's coming in. Lucian, what have you got? Assault and battery, he's still alive! The tower dealing so much damage to Vi, she's forced to back off. Jarvan the Fourth now coming in to try to help out, gets that vision ward down, trying to jump onto Ashe. Thrasher doesn't have his ult, or does have his ult available, I guess, but decided not to go in on it for some reason. Xerath coming down here as well. Lucian using those potions, trying to heal himself up really quickly to be able to be involved in whatever teamfight breaks out, but nothing really broke out. Blue team may decide to, they didn't engage on that, instead turn on to Dragon. J4 had double buff and his ult, but didn't use it on the Vi, very interestingly enough. Leona coming around from the sidelines, going to put down a ward, keep a little bit of vision. Blue team has started this Dragon, however, Jarvan the Fourth not able to tank it very well, as he is still early levels and a little bit more damage route than he is tank route. So in that top lane, the Mummy trying to get away, Rage so hard, taking a bit of damage from the tower, throwing out those spears once again. Does have that early Tiamat, so he's looking for that finished Hydras, that early Hydras to finish off, to be able to wave clear super quickly, as well as get extra damage every time that he attacks. And it's going to be very nice if he can finish that. Lucian using his calling just to clear this minion wave as they're continuing to push in, just dashing towards his tower to stay alive. Thresh down here as well. However, Vi going to show up. They do have a ward in that bush, so they can see that Vi is there. 3 kills to 2. This team is still even. Look at that, 15.5k gold for both teams. How crazy is that? 12 minutes in, this game is still completely tied up. Joe Mama getting a little bit of farm in that bottom lane. 78 farm. Tristana beating him out. 86 farm. Thresh, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Chronofrost just leaping straight in, and now Vi is jumping in onto Asherite. He didn't have that death sentence available once Vi got underneath the tower, because he'd already used it to hit the Tristana. Was typing something to his team or doing something and just wasn't paying attention, and that was the death of his ADC. So little mistakes like that, Team Feederino Pleaserino is going to make you pay for it. One by one, they're going to be able to grab these kills and continue to push in and finish people off. So it is going to slowly but surely take down the enemy team. Thresh now just trying to clear a little farm that he can to kind of help out. Vi picking up her blue buff. Didn't give this blue buff over to Xerath. Instead kept it for herself as Xerath was across the map. Asherite just trying to farm a little bit, flaying these minions away. Thresh, there's so much farm there. Just last hit the farm. You can do it. You can do it. Mummy trying to last underneath the tower. Oh, okay, so he got it. Whew. Bandage toss to the minion. Finish the minion off. That's fine. That works. That works. Farming under the tower is a hard thing, especially when you're a Mummy, but bandage toss will do the trick. Pantheon's just doing well so far this game. 88 farm to the 81, jumping in on this Mummy. Look at the damage that he can output. He's going to continue to throw those spears. Zabumafu in the mid lane, 105 farm to Xerath's 87 farm. So slowly but surely, Samsung Black just continuing to slowly out farm red team and continue to gain slight advantages despite losing losing Lucian twice in that bottom lane, and Thresh as well. So that's 4 kills over to red team in that bottom lane. Either J4, I think, is, well, he's already level 6, so he's simply just continuing to farm heavy, I guess. Instead of looking for some really heavy ganks, looking more for just farming and making sure that he's staying above this Vi, which he's doing well, 57 farm to 38, but that's mostly due to Vi's continual ganks in that bottom lane. Now she's in that top lane looking for the Pantheon, which she may be able to get. He did back off because he saw her with that ward in that tri-bush, so going to keep some vision on that. What about these junglers, guys? What do you think these junglers need to do to be able to take a win? These junglers have not really been effective so far in this game. What do you think would be most effective for them to do to really help out? In that mid lane, Zabumafu taking a lot of damage. Just got shot by one too many Xerath spamming Qs, and he's doing all right, full health, however has low mana, whereas Morgana's about half on each between the health and mana. She started with Athena's and Holy Grail, so going to be doing well, so strong laning, and I completely agree. There's the flash engage onto Zabumafu. She flashes out. Can she live, though? That is going to be Xerath. Miyuki picking up that kill, but that was actually 2 flashes burn. Miyuki flashed to get in range for that E, but it did finish off the Morgana, and that's what they're looking for. So jungler's finally coming in. But what do you think these, I guess, is it engages like that need to happen from the junglers, or do they just need to continue to farm, and that way they can be there for the team fights when it gets more towards that late game? No tower's gone down just yet, but it may be a first tower going over to Feederino, Pleaserino in that mid lane. They're going to back off. Pantheon ulting in. That's what stopped them. That Vi is down to very low health. A nice flash from Pantheon. He's going to get some good damage. That Vi is so low health. Can he get in? I thought he was going to jump stun the Xerath to get in range to throw a Q to the Vi, but didn't manage that. But a good try nonetheless from the Pantheon. With that ult, teleport combination, he can ult to a different lane and then just teleport back to the top lane to pick up that farm once again. So it's going to be doing well. So Strong Vice keeping your team afloat. Well, the team's doing pretty well so far. A nice hook in the middle of Tristana's grab is going to be able to at least slow her down, as well as that exhaust. Lucian using the full culling to try to get some damage onto red team as they slowly back off. Now we have J4 coming in here. Nice knock up on Leona. Cataclysm straight onto Tristana. She's just going to flash out of that one, though, so that is a flash burn. And now 4-man strong. Blue team could try to look at getting this early tower and taking a little bit of a lead here. Morgana's here to help out as well as Zabumafu. Thank you, XXJakers XX, for the follow. Appreciate it. 2 kills to 5, but blue team's looking at getting this tower. The Pantheon... Oh, Pantheon gets the top lane tower. In the bottom lane, Darthvin jumping straight onto Morgana, getting a little bit of damage. Vi coming in from the sidelines. There's Thresh solo health. Morgana going to use the ultimate. Will it be enough? Oh my lord, back and forth between these two teams, but Xerath showing up is going to be that tilting that is going to turn it. Double, triple kill over to the Xerath, finishing off the J4, and now Vi going to go ahead and tank the tower, get red buff to get a little bit of damage onto Joe Mama. Can Miyuki finish him off? That is the question. Oh, almost with the last Q, but Lucian just dashes out of the way. Shades of Shadows continuing to farm in that top lane, so 4-man strong in that bottom lane. Red team takes the lead, but they only have a 500 gold lead after losing that tower. Lucian decides to go ahead and back, giving this tower over to red team, so they will continue to expand their lead by a little bit. And my nose is literally driving me insane. I know that I've been scratching it since the last game, but I have no idea what is wrong with it. It really needs to just stop. Vi finishing off that tower in that bottom lane, so it's tower for tower in the bottom lane, which now, ladies and gentlemen, means the laning phase is officially over. Once that first tower goes down, laning phase is open to anyone's belief. They are at Dragon buff. Thresh going to throw a death sentence, not going to land. Dragon is down about a third health, however, is going to heal that really back up as Ash Thrasher tries to back off. Thresh pulls her away from being hooked. What a flay by Thresh, but Zabumafu still gets the kill. The Dark Binding from Morgana would have landed on Vi, except the Thresh flayed her back, so cut the nose off, only solution. I need a pair of scissors. Here we go. All right, we got these. We're just going to... Okay, that's good. So you don't need a nose. I agree with Let's Tigress. Pantheon in the mid lane going to jump in and stun Darthvin, get a little bit of damage. Flayed back from Thresh, and a nice death sentence followed up. The ultimate as well. They're going to take this Leona down no matter what the cost, and they get it. Now pushing in to grab this turret. This is Samsung Black showing their power, turning the fight 2 kills as well as Dragon and a tower, and now they're pushing in for another tower. Does this remind you of last game a little bit, except opposite teams? Just a little bit. 27k gold, but now Tristana is looking at pushing in. Nice Dark Binding. Dark Bindings himself straight to the Pantheon as they're going to go in. Shades Shadows doing a lot of damage. However, slowly going to take out the Assault and Battery onto Lucian. Not going to finish him, though. Dark Binding, Ace Thrasher holding him in place. Tries to get to the Lucian. Not fast enough. Jomama takes that kill down, and everyone on blue team lives with pixels on their health. There's that Xerath ultimate, though. He grabs 1 kill. Okay, so he stops his ult after 1 kill. I was like, oh, can they dodge? Can they dodge? But Xerath picking up at least 1 kill off of that on the Pantheon, which, I mean, that's pretty nice. So 8 kills to 9, but blue team just secured themselves 1 turret in the mid lane. Dragon, and a 2k gold lead. And now this Morgana is starting to get just a little bit scary. She's building towards that Zhonya's, has the beginning with that, I can't remember the name, Seeker's Arm Guard. What a strange name. Lucian in the bottom lane picking up another turret for themselves. Now 3 turrets down, or 3 turrets for themselves. Red buff going to be slowing this Leona. She's trying to back off. She does have a little bit of armor, but will it be enough? Blue team backing off, not wanting to get stunned by Zera. No, Acherai just wants straight in on this Leona. Got to flay her back once again. J4 getting a little bit of damage, knocking her down to half health there, forcing her to use a couple of her abilities. Tristana, look how fast this little Tristana is. Bing, 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 bing. She's got the Zeal, the Bloodthirster, moving quite quickly. Lucian having finished off the Infinity Edge and that Vamp Scepter as well. So Pantheon just comes up and gives you a friendly neighborhood spear to the face. So literally he just walked right up and did that. So T-Fight Cop is showing when they fight for these full fights, or when they go for these full fights. And now Lucian pushing slowly towards that top lane. Nice clearing of the pink ward. J4 grabbing up that one. Randy 797 helping out. Thresh throwing the death sentence. Not going to land. He has a little bit of a hard time when just in laning mode to land some of those death sentences. However, when he's in that fighting mode, he does an excellent job. So Jemama taking a little bit of damage between the minions and the mummy. Here comes Pantheon ulting in. Oh, he flashes in for the stun. He really wants this mummy, as well as Thresh showing up here to help out. Has those boosts of mobility, speed boost. Flaying mummy back, but he's going to leap right in on a Jemama. Can he live? A nice death sentence from Thresh means that the mummy, as much as he's chasing Lucian, is going to go down. Lucian actually picks it up. However, red team is making blue team pay for it. Team Free Feederino, Pleaserino is going to take out not only 2 towers in the mid lane, but also Pantheon on top of it, who tried to teleport in to save the tower. So they may have lost Mummy in that top lane, but a kill and 2 towers for it? I don't know if that was really worth. 3 towers to 3 towers, both teams evening it up. Red team down by only 1,000 gold so far this game, and they're actually up in a kill as well. So Morgana picking up that blue buff. That's going to help her out very nicely. So, I'll get both small minions over to J4. How nice. Dragon will be up in a couple of minutes here, so red team does have some nice vision, pink ward in the pixel bush, as well as a lot of wards around that. However, they definitely aren't going to be going for the dragon anytime soon. Blue team looking to make red team pay for taking that second tier tower, pushing in on this tower, the second tier tower as well. However, will they be able to get out now that they've engaged? That Thresh may be going down, puts up a nice wall though. It's going to be slowing a lot of red team's members. They back off, so ult back and forth across the map, but blue team mostly lost a little bit there when it happened. Archerite playing a little bit dangerously. Both these teams really want this win to go on towards the finals, but blue team has a slight edge. Oh, that Lucian taking so much damage from the Xerath poke with his Q. We'll see if they can last. Red team's looking really, really strong right now. This Xerath is currently 5-0, just dominating. Has a needlessly large rod as well as some extra ability power with that blasting wand. Look at him poke. Oh, knocking Thresh down to only a quarter of his health. They're looking for a fight, and blue team's just not going to give it to them. Pantheon pushing that bottom lane there before backing out. Maybe walking his way towards red team. It's collected in blue team's red jungle. Pantheon and Lucian making their way out of the base, headed towards red team, at least towards the mid lane, I guess. So neither team really interested in truly engaging in a fight just yet. Both really looking for grabbing an advantage here, a small advantage there. A lot of abilities are up and available to use. I think everyone's ult other than Thresh's is up right now. And we could see a fight around Dragon here in just about 3 minutes, or sorry, 30 seconds is what I meant to say. So big items coming out here. The Aegis of Elysian finished by J4, so he's going to be really tanky helping out. Morgana finally finished her Zhonya's, so that's going to be extremely useful. 2, 2, and 4 on her. Zabumafu trying to throw a fancy Dark Binding on Leona didn't land. Maara of Malmortius finished by Pantheon. Didn't finish his Hydras, instead went for that item that gave him a little bit of extra health when he gets low health himself. Mummy going super tank. Finished off not only that Frozen Heart, but now looking for the Ryla's Crystal Scepter as well. So blue team knows Dragon's up in 3 seconds, or should at least. There's Dragon just came up. Blue team just kind of pushing red team off. there is that minion wave pushing that bottom lane, and that's going to be what gives them Dragon. However, they lost a turret in that top lane. Pantheon picked it, or sorry, Mumu picked that up. J4 smiting Dragon and grabbing that as well. So a little bit back and forth. Dragon for top lane tower. I think the Dragon's a little bit more valuable as it gives a little bit better global gold. However, that big tower going down in that top lane is going to be nice. Allows for the Mummy to push in a little bit harder, a little bit faster as they push onto a second tier turret. Zubumafu catching Vi out, going to get a little bit of damage. She flashes the dark, or the Q from Thresh. The death sentence, so lives through that. But that is a burned flash on the Vi, so her flash is not going to be up for an engage. Morgana wants a Dark Binding, nicely dodging the stun by Xerath. Going to turn it on. He's going to flash to survive for a moment. A nice spell immunity. That means that Assault and Battery from Vi completely useless. And now that bottom lane, Lucia and Cullen coming across straight onto Vi as well. Leona solo health, or Leona trying to get Jarvan the 4th solo health. He did Cataclysm, holding 3 members of Red Team together. However, these Blue Team members just don't have the health. Oh, the death sentence from Thresh not landing. He really wants in. He's going to flay Chrono Frost, but now Vi's going to come back in, and there's that ult from Xerath. 1, 2, 3 shots going to finish off the Lucian. Morgana going ahead and using the ult. However, she's Zanya's. Will she be able to survive that? I don't think so. Pantheon ult now coming in. Can he clean up? That is the question. He did clean up 1 kill on the Vi. Chrono Frost is doing so much damage. A second kill. He's got the double. Can he get the triple? Darth Vin. Oh, he's solo out. He lives for the moment. A nice death sentence pulls Miyuki underneath the tower. Darth Vin here as well. And Thresh grabs the kill on that one. Huge plays by Blue Team. Oh my gosh. Gets all 4. All with incredible plays between the Pantheon and the Thresh in that bottom lane. No health, both of them, and they managed to finish off all 4 of the enemy team members down there. I am literally just jaw-dropped right now on what happened. Plays from the Pantheon and Thresh. The amazing death sentence by the Thresh onto Vi, pulling her or onto Leona, pulling her underneath the tower, so that Xerath tried to come and save her, or I guess he grabbed the Xerath, pulled underneath the tower, Xerath barrier, and then Leona tries to save by coming underneath the tower, and both of them end up dying. So amazing plays, amazing plays. The grab play from Flesh, just amazing. I honestly didn't give Ashrite that much credit on his Thresh, considering I main Thresh so far, but those plays right there on that Thresh prove to me that this Thresh belongs in this game. The nice death sentence on Mumu just stops him from backing. I think he was trying to get the Tristana, and Tristana happened to walk right behind the Mummy and say, hey, Mumu. Hey, you might tank this. So, nice pull onto Tristana. She's going to leap, but gets stunned in the process, and knock up onto Shades of Shadows, who just gets Dark Binding. Blue Team says, hey, we'll take it. We got 4 members here, and now Assault and Battery onto Jarvan the 4th, not the Lucian. The Cataclysm straight onto Xerath, holding him in place for the moment. Zubumafu now taking a lot of damage. There's the ultimate. She's going to try to spell shield herself, not going to land. No time for resets on the ultimates. Pantheon and Lucian now going to be engaged. Leona just jumping in, so much CC. Pantheon got so much damage, jumping in on Tristana. Unstoppable, this Pantheon, what did I say? Just dominating, turning it on to Leona. Should be able to grab that kill, no problem. And Xerath is the only member left alive. Rages of Hardy playing an incredible Pantheon so far, 8-2. Pink were there as well, saying, hey, that Xerath could easily go down. One single spear from Pantheon would finish him off. Pantheon, he's gonna ult! He's gonna ult! He does godlike over to Pantheon. The Mummy's here. Bandage toss straight to Pantheon. Will it be enough? It might be enough to shut down the Pantheon. He's got so much lifesteal. He's just attacking. He says, there's no way I'm going to escape from this. I may as well take as much chunking health from him as I can, knocking him down to half health. Oh, this Pantheon. Pantheon coming huge for Samsung Black, doing an incredible job. He's going to be buying up some amazing items. Banshee's Veil finished, as well as that Thorn Mail, so he is becoming a very tanky, massive damage dealing thing that eventually Red Team's going to have to find a way to deal with, and they just haven't found a way to deal with that yet. Honestly, Thresh is amazing, but I'm pretty sure at this point in time I'm going to give the MVP over to Pantheon, because Pantheon's plays are just amazing across the board. He didn't even clear the pink ward in the mid lane. He was like, I'm too cool for that. Thresh, do you want a hook? Here, have another ward. You took my ward, here, have another ward. It's like cookies. Here, have another cookie. So, Red Team on the back foot. holding out in this mid lane. Blue team, they just had a team fight in the mid lane, and now they're already collecting here again. Dragon's not up for another minute. They are seen by that pink ward in the pixel bush. You got to check that pixel bush, guys, because there's always going to be something there. Leona looking and engaging Yumu's Ghost Blades, popped by Lucian, just getting him out of that fight. Nice dark binding from Morgana across the wall to Chrono. Frost going to get a little bit of tickle damage from the culling from Lucian. He just kind of threw that out there. Say, hey, I can tickle your feet with it. Vi looking for an opportunity to throw her Q out. Not gonna. Oh, she does. She goes straight in. But the assault and battery going to be ineffective as the spell shield from Morgana on Lucian kept him safe. And now Thresh going to be jumped on so much CC. Flashes the wall. He's still alive for the moment. Leona going to jump in and stun once again. Pantheon in the meantime clearing that mid lane tower. 5 members of red team down here, but they lost 1 tower. And now Pantheon's moving on to his second team. So it is all up to the rest of his teammates to stop red team from getting there in time to stop Pantheon from progressing. Chrono Frost forced to go towards that bottom lane tower. Xerath and Mummy here to help out. The flash Q from Mummy, able to grab on that bandage toss onto Pantheon. What's he going to do? He's going to teleport. Can he survive? Leona with a beautiful stop. That's going to be the end of him. Miyuki grabs that kill. Leona knew how to stop the teleport. That really doesn't work anymore, which is unfortunate. It used to work. Used to be able to teleport out. However, they chased so hard on that. Now... amazing life steal, or not steal, but amazing kill Pantheon, or J4 with the smite, being able to grab the dragon. I would have panicked there, but amazing play by J4, grabbing up the dragon despite the ults from Xerath coming in there. So not only do they get the mid lane, they lost Pantheon, but they also got Dragon on top of it. So they're just continuing to expand their gold lead. Now 1,000 gold in the lead. Red team is up in kills and kind of sticking with them. These teams are just back and forth, so incredible. Thresh death sentence landing on the Mummy. Will it be enough? He's going to go in. He's going to snare at least 3 people. That's Lucian instantly taken out. Morgana going ahead and using the Zanya is going to stun not only the Leona, but as well as the Mummy. Pantheon ult coming in as well. He just got back up from going down. Going to clear some minions. So that is 1 kill to Lucian. No one on red team is down just yet, but they're very low health. The flash from Pantheon, he wanted to engage, but jumped straight into the stun from Xerath. Spell immunity going to keep him from taking any damage from the AoE on the Xerath. Pantheon really dodging the stun. He's just going to clear some minions instead. Just going to clear some minions. So blue team didn't really get any other kills out of that. The rest of red team was able to back off successfully. So red team still up there in kills. However, the game's not over just yet. Thresh, you got a Q in you. It doesn't land. Almost, though. 3 members of red team all just backing underneath that tower. So nice attempt. Blue team is continuing to progress down this bottom lane. Morgana, the only damage-dealing member down there. However, that Morgana-Thresh-Pantheon combination could be extremely scary if they can get the right CC. Morgana, Dark Bindings, Death Sentences by Q, and the stun from Pantheon just could be too much. So this BO3 is better than Worlds. Thank you so much, Bizarre BLT. So final tomorrow, see you then. Who is it left? Oh, perfect. Yeah, so... sorry that I have to leave soon. Very good stream. See you soon. Thank you, Aparia, for joining us, and glad to have you be a part of the stream. So, who is Tom? Maybe Tom is Aparia. I don't know. I was like, who the heck is Tom? So, Gold 2, yo, Big Mummy 2. Big plays, big plays. Blue team still about 2k gold in the lead, or 1k gold in the lead. Hanging on there by a thread. Red team constantly at their heels, looking to turn the game in their favor. No big team fights just yet. Just wave clearing and pushing, getting the lanes pushing the direction that they like. Top lane pushing in blue team's favor. Bottom lane pushing in red team's favor. Straight up even across the board in the mid lane. 2 towers down. However, the inhibitor tower, the only one left. Both towers, I think, have seen a little bit of damage. However, they can regen that back, so the longer that it goes, the more regen they will get. Xerath finishing off his Zanya's as well as that Rabadon's Death Cap, so he's got a lot of ability power. Morgana trying to finish off the Rabadon's Death Cap herself. However, she's got a lot of wards in her inventory on top of that to help out. Asherite clearing a pink ward here in the jungle. Don't get caught out, Thresh. Leona coming in from the sidelines. Going to get Nice Dark Binding. Will that be enough? The Assault and Battery onto Pantheon. Where is Lucian? He needs to come in and help be a part of this team fight. Thresh jumping straight into the enemy team. Going to use his ult. However, that is going to be the death of him. Pantheon now coming in, trying to wombo combo off of, going to get stunned. The rest of blue team just not following up. Where is Morgana when you need her? Pantheon barely able to live through this for a moment, but is going to go down. Lucian just backing off the sidelines. Blue team, Samurai Black just doesn't know how to play. Didn't know how to fight in that team fight. Morgana did not want to engage. She kept trying to get her team to back out. They never did. Pantheon ulting in as well. So that's just 2 kills straight over to red team, who didn't have any problem with that. And now they're going to go ahead and start Baron for that and punish blue team for doing that. So 18 kills to 23, evening up in gold. However, once red team gets this Baron, it is going to be hugely in their favor, and they can just slowly push in. Morgana just off to the side. All of them, or most of them, are down to about half health here. They did pick up that Baron. Morgana and J4 just off to the side. Are they going to engage? No, blue team's just going to back off. They're not going to try to grab any kills off of this. Oh, Morgana's still sticking around, so she throws the Q, burns the flash of Leona. That's helpful for backing off. So red team does finally make their way out. We're going to end up putting down that beautiful little sun tanning chair. So where's the Lee Sin to stare at her when you need one? Red team capitalizing on blue team's mistakes, making them pay for it. Not only grabbing up 2 kills in that messy team fight the blue team did not have ready, they then turned it around and grabbed a Baron as well. So Lucian just wasn't there for the team fight, trying to clear bottom lane and push it in their favor. However, wasn't there to do any damage, showed up just for the culling and then had to back off and didn't really do a whole lot. So Pantheon has just about walked out of that bush, missing the pink ward, though. I was about to say, that's a pink ward, bro. You want to grab that. You want to grab that. So staying tuned until after this game. Worlds can wait. Thank you so much, Birdman593. That's awesome. Worlds can wait. We're playing the best of 3, finishing it off. This is amazing. Finishing off the last game. 55k gold to 56k gold. Red team says we are now in the lead, and we want to hold on to this. They are not letting blue team get out of this without a fight. This is the last game. Whichever team wins this will go into the finals against Nothing Fancy, and they have some serious competition they have to deal with there. Thresh throwing out a death sentence, not going to land. Didn't really know why I wanted to engage on that one, but I guess just to see if he could land a hook. You know, that's what it's all about. So this Pantheon, now 9-5, has tried to have some really good fights, did amazingly early game, and not really finding it now. At this point in the game, really needs his team to back him up, has those boots of mobility to get some extra movement in there, be where he needs to be. There's going to be 4 members of red team here. Pantheon could try to ult in. That death sentence pulling Vi really close. There's the Pantheon ult jumping in, coming in from the back line. Leona there as well. He's going to jump straight onto Tristana. She's just going to ult him out of the way. Darthman now taking a lot of damage. Moon was in that top lane. A nice Eclipse stunning 3 members of blue team. However, they're going to progress just fine as they walk away from that. Red team just didn't know how to handle Pantheon ulting him from the back line. Now 10-5. Pantheon is now saying, hey, let's go get dragons. So definitely leading the charge on this one. A nice death sentence, though, from Thresh. Pulled the... look at all these sweeping lenses. Pulled Vi in so that she had to back out. Couldn't be there to peel for the Tristana. Tristana is continuing to throw down some wards. She is in the jungle. Blue team could potentially catch her out. Thresh waiting right by blue buff to see if anybody's going to come by. Pantheon head towards the mid lane to clear it. Instead, he says, hey, we've got an opportunity to jump on somebody. Tristana just going to back straight off towards the tower. No red buff there for you, Vi, but good try nonetheless. Thresh wants to grab her. Will it be enough? Can he stop? Oh, she's going to Q just in time and live. Well, she might have lived anyway, depending on how the team fight would have broken out. But blue team backing off. They said, we got a kill. We got the dragon. We pushed our lead back into the lead. 1,000 gold. Back and forth. These 2 teams just non-stop. Tristana still has Baron buff. However, that Baron buff will be going down just shortly, as they got it a while ago. Oh, they got about a... 1, 2... They got like an 1/8 of a time left on that, so maybe another minute before it goes down. Red team not really capitalizing on that Baron buff, both of these teams really struggling to push in. They were trying to play so safe as they want to be able to win the game, but at the same time, you can't play safe and make big plays at the same time. So they're trying to find that balance between big plays and playing safe. And what are they going to do? All of you guys that are watching the stream right now, what is it that either team needs to do to really make sure that they win? Do they need to dive headfirst into a 5v5 and hope that they have the power to finish it off? Do they need to try to split push like red team's doing right now? What do you think they need to do to be able to win? Red team is successfully grabbing this tower in that top lane. Nice descendants on Leona, but that's the tankiest member for red team. Mummy throwing out bandage toss, not going to land. Joe Mama just trying to clear some of these minions. That is the AD not there for that team fight if it breaks out in that top lane. And Mummy has teleport. Lucian does not. So Lucian's going to have to run his way all the way up towards that top lane if a fight breaks out. But it looks like blue team's just going to back off from that one. Pantheon headed towards this bottom lane. We'll see if he can engage on Shade of Shadows. Don't know. Red team pushing hard. 3 members strong into this top lane. Blue team's got nobody there to defend it at the moment. So that simple. Both teams need to play to their win conditions. They need to play smart. For Feed Please, it's protect the carries. Well, they're doing so far. Doing nicely. Pushing in, that Tristana grabbing up the tower. Thresh going all the way in onto Xerath, forcing him to back off. Dark Binding as Pantheon jumps straight over the wall. So much damage back and forth between these two teams. They're going to be able to finish off the Tristana immediately. Rages of Hardy now turning it all onto Vi. Leona as well. The Eclipse from Vi trying to keep them alive, but Morgana double kill on the Vi as well. Turning it onto Darth Vin. I believe that Xerath is still alive. The flash from Leona trying to keep herself alive. Dark Binding from Thresh going to miss. However, going to be knocked up. Oh my gosh, Miko's damage just crazy. Culling from Lucian here finally shows up. Darthkin going to go down eventually. And now they're turning on to Xerath. The spell shield from Morgana doing a nice job of keeping Pantheon right on his heels. However, will it be enough? Oh my gosh, this Xerath unstoppable with no health outplayed the Pantheon and now going to do damage to Thresh as well. Force him to back off. Bandage toss from the Mummy. Lucian's actually going to completely miss his Q. Uses his heal to try to stay alive. Does he have enough damage? Oh, he tries to flash to the side, but the Mummy follows. Shade of Shadows finishing him off. The Mummy too strong for the Lucian, and he is going to go down. Honestly, should have just flashed over the wall. I don't know why he did that. Instead, flashed towards the tower. But when you get into those emergency modes, you don't really think you eventually flash. So a good team fight for blue could guarantee them the win. However, there's a lot of really good team fighting potential from red team, and they keep showing it. That Shade of Shadow is just so strong at the moment. 2, 2, and 9. Super tanky, super impossible to kill. And Xerath just has so much damage. So this Xerath being 1,000 gold in the favor of red team, Xerath has just been super critical this game. 14 and 2. Again, exact opposite of last game. Both these teams have such a similar playstyle, but instead of it being a Orianna that's 14 and 2, it is now the Xerath that's 14 and 2, and these teams switch sides. So there's Team Feed Please that did well last game. They just barely sneaked into a win, and now they're making huge use of the fact that they have a very fed Xerath. And Tristana is not too far behind, 320 farm. She has pretty much a full build. Yeah, she's full build at the moment. Oh, other than some wards. Oh, she does. She has a couple of wards. So, one item away from being full build. Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, Guardian's Angel, and that Static Shiv. She is going to be one hard AD to take down. Blue team collecting right around here by Baron. There's 4 members of red team. Mummy pushing in that bottom lane. Blue team may sacrifice that bottom lane tower if it means that they get a good fight here. There's that sweeping lens. You can actually catch both of these bushes and allow for both of those wards to go down. 3 members. There's that 4th member, Leona, joining them up here. Mummy is taking that top or bottom tower slowly but surely, one auto attack at a time. He'll eventually get there. Does blue team want to fight this? Pantheon coming in as well. He's got finished Banshee's Veil. Jarvan the 4. There's the death sentence from Thresh. Not going to land. Xerath popping the Banshee's Veil on the Thresh. So Mummy does finally get that bottom lane turret. There's that Pantheon ult coming in here, but he's going to burn some flashes from red team. Tristana jumping out as well as the flash from Xerath, making sure he doesn't want it. Thresh jumping in, going to flay Leona back, but she's one of the tankiest members on red team, but they're just going to burst her down. So that is going to be at least one member, Leona, going back. 60-minute timers. Once again, a 43-minute game. This game has been gone on so long. Blue team says, hey, we'll trade tower for tower. Let's go ahead and get that mid lane that we took down one of the tankiest members, and now we've got the red buff as well. Thresh throwing out a death sentence, not going to land. Just Flay Tristana back, but he has no support. Nobody to follow up. Puts down the shield. Vi coming in here, going to find a Lucian as well, though. That Thresh so tanky, trying to back off. Will it be enough? Vi down to a quarter of her health. There's Xerath trying to throw some stuns. Not going to land in this particular moment as red team continues to try to defend this mid lane. They did, I mean, just fine. Blue team had to back off from that one. Thresh took so much damage as well as Lucian. This Thresh going all in without any team follow really needs to make sure that his team has his back before he engages on that. So it just needs her LW with the armor. SSB is stacking. They really should avoid fighting until she can get it. So, well, they're doing a good job of being able to bounce back and forth. So blue team grabbing up this dragon here. Somebody says rip. That might mean the game is over in the next 3 minutes. We'll see. One team fight could be the end. These teams are tied up. Chrono Frost now doing serious damage in the mid lane to these minions, pushing it. Baron is up as well. One Baron fight could finish it off for either team. Both of these teams have so much damage. I strongly disagree that the moment split push here, he has little tower damage to be relevant threat, and is constantly out of pressure by Pantheon because of his ult. I agree, except that it's being really effective. He got the bottom lane turrets, he's got the top lane turrets, and now red team's looking at pushing in and engaging. They might be able to catch Thresh out here, as well as Lucian and Jarvan the Fourth are off to the side. Red team, if they push in hard enough, they should be able to get this tower. Tristana having so much damage. A nice Dark Bind is going to slow that progress down just a little bit. Zabumafu continuing to throw those out here. She might be able to engage in a full 5 ultimate here. Going to take a little bit of damage. That Xerath poke just so much. Lucian using the culling to clear the wave once again. This seems just so familiar in last game, except that these teams are switched. Xerath poking from such a huge distance. 4 members of blue team here. Pantheon coming in from the sidelines. Will he be able to engage? Zabumafu down to about half health here. This Xerath continuing just to poke her down. Thresh looking at engaging on the mummy. Once again, like kind of a little bit caught out of position. Throws a death sentence, not going to land. Leona just off to the side. That mummy all going to hold 3 people in place. There's going to be a beautiful eclipse by Leona, knocking everyone up. There's a Xerath ult. No one's going to be able to stop that. He actually doesn't get that much damage. Blue team is still tanky, still hanging in there. Tristana now, though, coming in here. Miyuki finally getting in here to get some serious damage. There's the flash. The Zanya's from Morgana. She's still probably going to go down when Tristana turns. However, that could be Chrono Frost being finished off. Solo health. That is the Guardian's Angel coming back up. Asteroid now going to try to get a little bit of damage. Pantheon running for his life, just trying to distract red team from the base, but they're going to get this open inhibitor. It was open for a while. However, Pantheon now ulting in. That's going to force red team to back off just a little bit, but a stun by Xerath is the end of Pantheon. Thresh, the only team member up. They've got 60-second timers. Thresh doesn't have a whole lot that he can do. That should be game over for blue team, as team Feed Please tried so hard and finally succeeded in finishing it off, taking the game over in a best of 3 game. Feederino, Pleaserino, finishing it off. So fantastic job. Congratulations to them. They will be moving on to the finals, in which we will do tomorrow up against Nothing Fancy, as we'll see that when they go head-to-head tomorrow. So, oh my gosh, my headphones are kind of invisible there. That's weird. MVPs really fast for the losing team, definitely giving it over to the Pantheon. The Thresh did well, but I think the Pantheon, it just showed consistently that he had what it took to be able to help his team, and he was definitely the most valuable player. For the winning team, I mean, who wouldn't hand it over to Miyuki on that 16-2 Xerath, bouncing back and forth, doing so much poke damage. Amazing Leona engages, though. She had great ultimates, these soul eclipses, died a good number of times, but was still one of the leading causes for her team to be able to win some of those team fights. However, I do want to poke here really fast on Asherite, just to say that as a Thresh and as a support, you want to be engaging when the rest of your team engages. As a Thresh especially, you aren't necessarily making those team fights happen unless you happen to catch somebody out with a death sentence at the correct time. However, he continually went out of his way to find an enemy solo, going by himself, and then was caught out and just didn't, once he went down or lost a lot of health and had to back, which is more often the case, the rest of the team had no CC to really follow up to get any damage. So you really need to make sure that your team is there to be able to follow up. So Whew. Amazing finishes. Team Nothing Fancy versus Team Feederino, Pleaserino in the finals tomorrow. That is going to be an amazing game. Thank you all for a fantastic evening, and I hope you all will catch me tomorrow as we finish it off. You are all awesome, and have yourself a beautiful, beautiful evening.
That was crazy! Oh my god, I think you're gonna be people shoutcasting so many games.
I think you might be streaming.
Hang on a second. I'm going to give this another minute, and then I'll turn the stream off.
Alright.
That was crazy!
How many followers do you get?